What's up, film jammers? Today we're talking about anamorphic lenses and lens flares. Now, I have two clips I'm going to show you, one that was shot with real anamorphic lenses and one where we simulated the anamorphic lens look. See if you can tell the difference. This video came about because I was discussing on a lens forum about the show Lucifer. It shoots on the Leitz Summilux C lenses, which are pretty pricey, $40,000 per lens, woo! But in one of the scenes they had these heavy blue streaks, which are typical of anamorphic flares. So we did a little research to find out that they were using a streak filter to recreate anamorphic flares, but shooting on spherical lenses. So we're gonna go out and shoot some footage on our Alexa Mini and True 2x anamorphic with our Atlas Orion lenses. And then we're gonna shoot the same footage on our Cooke S4s. Are you ready to anamor fake it? Film. Yes. Now first, let's take a look at what these two lenses look like straight out of camera before we make any changes. Okay, now to create that anamorphic look with the spherical lenses, we're gonna later put a letterbox mask on. So what sometimes helps me is putting that mask on my monitor so I know how it's gonna be framed up later when I'm in post. So the big thing I'm noticing is the flares look completely different. You're getting blue anamorphic flares on the Atlas, and you're getting a different style flare on the Cookes. Now to create lens flares in post, there are two great options that I've personally used. One is Boris Continuum. It has a lens flare generator with a lot of options, and it's $295 per year. Or you can go with Video Copilot Optical Flares. Their plugin is only $125 and it's a one-time purchase. You can do a lot with either of these options, and they both have a lot of presets and customization built in. Now, another way that you can simulate lens flares is by using a streak filter. These are about $400. We're using the Schneider True Blue Streak filter at 2mm strength. This creates some really interesting streaks in camera, but the only negative side is you can't adjust these later. So let's take a look at the True Streak filter compared to real true anamorphic lens flares. Now, if you're just looking for really intense blue horizontal lens flares, the True Streak filter is a really good way to go, and it's only $400 compared to, say, a $10,000 anamorphic lens. And you can put it on any focal length lens that you have. So if you want to put it on a 12mm lens, a 50mm lens, you can just slide it in your matte box and you can get flaring right away. And that's all I have to say about the Blue Streak filter. The other major difference is the bokeh. On the anamorphic lenses, you have that tall, oval-shaped bokeh in the background with the lights. With the spherical lenses, you have a much more round shape, kind of like that. Just spherical. Now, creating oval-shaped bokeh is a little more difficult with a spherical lens than just adding a widescreen matte or lens flares in post. They do make filters that can simulate this oval-shaped bokeh, but they can negatively impact the image. So in our test, we won't be using them. Okay, so we've got some shots in the studio with these lenses. I say we take them out on the streets now. Let's get the Atlas Orion anamorphic, the Cooke S4, and see what...
Is it time? Are we doing that now?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
Hey. Hey.
So if you don't have thousands of dollars to spend on anamorphic lenses, you can still simulate the effect in post pretty realistically using one of the plugins we mentioned or the streak filter. It's definitely something to keep in mind to see what works best for your workflow. If you do opt to create your flares in post, you do have the ability to change them and customize them a bit more. When you capture the flares in camera using anamorphic lenses or the streak filter, you can't really adjust them that much later on. There is something special though about capturing anamorphic footage with anamorphic lenses though. Yeah. Make sure to tune in next week where we do a full side-by-side comparison of the Cooke S4s and the Atlas Orion anamorphics. What do you think about the differences? Let us know down in the comments. I'm Christian with Film Chans, and we'll see you on the next What Are You Doing Here?
Where are the hors d'oeuvres? Young man! Young man, hello! Where are the hors d'oeuvres? Are we done here? Is it done? You're over. Get out of my house, please. Thank you.